I can't believe that it has been 1 year. 1 year since I put out my first quarantine video. 1 year since I have been hoping and praying that they will let me get on a plane and travel to the other side of the world without a quarantine. 1 year of trying to stay put as long as possible. 1 year of craving a life we were all taking for granted. But we didn't know. We didn't know that the borders were gonna close or that we would have restrictions upon every building that we enter. Now, if this is the first video of mine that you're watching and you don't know me, it's pretty important to know that travel is my medicine for my depression and anxiety. If you go back and look at my old videos, I talk about how I've used travel to get over a big part of that in my life. Traveling is what has pulled me out of myself that likes to be lonely and isolate, and it has given me this amazingly beautiful outlook towards the world. It has truly changed who I am. So please don't come at me for being upset about travel. Obviously, the pandemic has created a lot worse things, but this is a travel channel, so this is what we talk about here. At first, it seemed like it was gonna be maybe a few weeks or a few months, but when those months turned into more months, I started to have to think about my future because I'm building a life around travel, and I never really thought about the possibility of me not being able to do it. I'm trying to build a life off of travel because it's my favorite thing in the world, and all I preach is do what makes you happy, and I follow that. So when I had to sit down and think about an alternative option for my future, I just started getting really depressed again. These feelings that I haven't felt in so long were resurfacing, and I didn't know how to get them to stop. So I tried to plunge into exploring Colorado as much as I possibly could since I got here. It's just not the same as it used to be, you know? It's depressing having to wear a mask everywhere I go and running into museums that I wanted to go to that aren't open or restaurants that I can't eat at. I run a travel channel. We're not supposed to be traveling. What can I film about? It's not the same. And I don't know when it's going to be the same or if it's going to be the same again. But I feel like all of this staying inside and limiting social interaction has really given me a chance to just sit back and look at myself. To look at what I've wanted, what I've got, and where I'm going next. Anytime I get the feeling of doing a job or having a career in my future that isn't related to travel and isn't related to what I want to do, I just get this feeling of anxiousness in my stomach. Like, you know, when your friend wants you to go and do something, but you're like, I don't know if we should. That's how I feel about that. I think about how happy travel makes me and how it makes me so happy that I want to tell other people like you guys so you can go and feel the same thing that I'm feeling, because when you're happy, you want everybody around you to be happy. But if you're not happy, misery loves company and you will bring down the people around you. And I never want to be that type of person. And that is the difference between the people you meet who are understanding and not understanding, calm and chaotic, peaceful and angry. The world around you and the people who you surround yourself with will eventually determine who you become in life. I see now more clearly than I ever have that I just want to be around things that bring me up. This life of limited interaction and staying inside has had an effect on me, but not an effect that is drilled into me enough to not be reversed. The future of this virus is uncertain, but I'm not. I have spent most of this quarantine researching, preparing, learning about all of the places that I'm ready to go to the second that they say I can leave. Because when that day comes, there will be no hesitation on my part. I am ready. Sure, I could use my degree and probably find a stable life path, but getting yelled at for the next 40 years to meet a deadline doesn't really sound like the life that I was meant to live. This year taught me to truly take nothing for granted, especially time. There is so much out there to see, and I'm gonna see it all. I have a big announcement coming for you guys in the next month or two. I just like to cross my T's and dot my I's before I drop some big news. But just prepare yourself for a wild ride, you guys, because as usual, this channel will continue to be a sight to see. I'll catch y'all in the next one.